Are working on the 98 Chevy Blazer 6.5 liter turbo diesel. Now you guys, I say service your balancer every 100,000 miles. If you don't know when it's been done, do it now. I'll show you the easy way to do it. Here we go. Take your skid plate. You have a skid plate right here, plastic. Take that off. It's just a plastic plate. Next, loosen your belt from the top. And if you want to, you can remove your fan and your fan shroud. But if it's not easy, you're not going to do it. So you're just going to put it off. And then it's going to look like this balancer. Notice how it moved back and it's grinding into the cover. And it's hitting the oil pan. This truck has 153,000 miles on it. Runs beautiful. It's a rust-free truck. But this is what happens. The balancer comes apart. Take this section. Cut this section out with your air saw or a cutoff wheel. Your fan is still in there. Now if you notice, this has the heavy duty cooling system on it. This balancer is what you're going to see. This is your outer balancer that the belt rides on. 4 bolts, 15 millimeter. Now you can reach in there with an air gun. Because they're too tight, as soon as you try and loosen it, all you end up doing is spinning the motor over. So put your air gun in there with a swivel socket and the extension. You can get it in straight through your cut hole and get this balancer out of the way. Change them as a pair. Somebody did this balancer, it looks like, but they didn't do the inner balancer. And of course the inner balancer came apart. Then this has heavy duty cooling, so it has a lot of fans on it. I believe it's a 10-blade fan. Be patient, look around. There's a wider space between 2 fan blades that your air gun fits up in. It's a 24 millimeter. So I took my 24 millimeter on my air gun, shallow socket. You find the right set of fan blades and your gun will fit up in there. Right there they are. You'll see they're wider apart. And look, the gun goes straight up in and gets on the nut, on the bolt. That's the crank bolt. That's the one that has a ton of torque on it. If you can see it. I'll try and spin this around so you can see it better. Here you go. Air gun fits up in there in between that one pair of blades that's spaced a little bit extra further apart. 24 millimeter. Go ahead. Use your air gun, loosen, spin that thing loose. I had pre-loosened this one, but you have to hit it with your air gun. You get this bolt out. There's your crank pulley ready to come out. I'm going to use a puller. I'm going to pull this off, and then I have a brand new balancer and a brand new outer belt pulley to put on it together. I'm going to check the front seal too. This thing moved back like a ½ an inch, was hitting the cover. That's how to do it the easy way. I am going to put the plastic piece of fan shroud back in, and I'm going to staple it back in or put a piece of metal over it and screw it back in hard as an access port. I'm not going to leave this open. I'm going to seal it up so I get the max cooling through the fan shroud again. But I will put a plate over this then and screw it fast to seal it up so that the fan does its right thing. That's the best way to change a balancer and service them on these trucks. 6.5 turbo diesel.